Hey everyone, Emily here, and today I have a super fun project. I am making some knight armor. I was originally making this as a commission, but I really loved the design, so I wanted to show you guys how I did it. So this video is going to be all about the breastplate, backplate, and the shoulder pauldrons. I had a lot of fun making this. It incorporates a lot of different really cool skills, so I hope you guys enjoy it as well. So as always, I started out by making a pattern of the breast and back plates, and I did this by having my sister wrap my whole body in duct tape and then cutting out the panel pieces that way. I will save you guys from watching that footage because it was quite the struggle. But once I had those patterns made, I went ahead and cut out the pieces from some 6mm high density EVA foam. And any edges that were a little bit off, I went ahead and cleaned up with my Dremel, but always remember to wear a mask because foam dust is really bad for you. Once all the panel pieces were cut out, I went ahead and glued everything together using some contact cement. And just make sure to press the pieces really firmly together, making sure the edges adhere really smoothly. When I attached the lames, I went ahead and curved the edges a little bit around the glue to help it keep its shape, but I also used a heat gun to help solidify that curve. Next, it was time for some details, so I went ahead and I cut out some strips from 2mm EVA foam. I cut out some thinner ones and some thicker ones. On the thicker ones, I actually used a heat gun and a stamp that I made to emboss a pattern. And I will make another video to show you guys how to do this because it's a really cool technique. I glued everything down using some more contact cement. Next, I used some quick seal to fill in any gaps. And then I gave the entire breast and back plates a coat of gesso. This is to fill in all the remaining pores in the foam so that the paint job goes on nice and smooth. The base color I'm using here is just a matte black. I then covered that with some metallic silver to make it look just like metal. Now it was time for some rivets. I just glued those on using super glue, and the fake rivets I made are actually just hole punched foam. And finally, it was time for some weathering. So I mixed up some darker pigment using some black and gray paint. I brushed that all over the armor, and I washed away most of it with a paper towel. And now you can really see how much more the details pop with the weathering. I did this all over the breast and back plates, mostly focusing on places where shadow would naturally fall and gross, grimy stuff would naturally get stuck. And this is what it looked like after the weathering. So the only thing left to do with the torso armor was to make some attachment straps. So I cut some strips out of black cotton and then sewed those into the correct shape. These are the rings that I'm going to be using for the buckles, so I just wanted to make sure that it fit before I cut the Velcro. And voila! So this is how the whole breastplate and backplate look together. I'm really happy with it. As you can see, the attachments look super cool, they're super strong. So yeah, I'm really happy so far. Time for the pauldrons. First, I started out with a sketch. Cut those pieces out of some paper and created a mock-up just to make sure the shape was correct. Once I got the correct shape, I traced it onto some 6mm high-density EVA foam and cut out those pieces as well. The smaller tiers were made from some slightly thinner foam. Next, I glued the top shoulder cup together using some contact cement. The lower tiers of the pauldrons came next, and the reason I made these out of some slightly thinner foam was because they were going to sort of trail down the arm like so. Once it was all assembled, I added some more details using more foam strips, and then gave the whole thing a coat of gesso. Next came matte black, same as the other armor, and then silver. Finally came weathering again. I used the same darker pigment for this as well. I just painted it all over and then wiped away most of it with a paper towel. And it was done. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. This was one of my favorite projects ever. I definitely think that I'm going to keep adding pieces to this set, so stay tuned for more. And if you like this video, give me a thumbs up, follow me on Instagram, which I'll put below, and I'll see you guys next time.